What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday after a long Labor Day weekend for a lot of us. Obviously, we had a huge sale at tigerfitness.com, so we didn't have the day off. We were busy trying to make sure the site was going awesome. And I have a polarizing topic, but hopefully we can engage in some healthy debate. Why? Because I don't really have a dog in the fight, so to speak. That wasn't a Michael Vick joke. Thank you very much. But I really don't have a set forth opinion on the matter where I'm not completely siding one way or other. I empathize with both sides. And as you guys who have followed me for a while know, I am a Nike shoe fanatic. I own most of the LeBron James shoes ever made. I own like the 1 through the 13s. Haven't bought them in the last few years. My current shoe of choice is the Nike Jordan Trainers, which are absolutely amazing. By the way, guys, the Outright Bar launches next week, our Outright Bar. And we can talk more about that later. I forgot the bar packaging. Maybe my wife can bring it down here when if she has a chance. But I want to talk about this topic. I really do. Mainly because it's so polarizing. And I want to kind of go into if Nike made a mistake. Now, for those of you who aren't up in the news, for those of you who don't have Instagram, for those of you who don't have Facebook, for those of you who don't have any form of media in your life, this is all over the money trades today too, or the trades, so to speak, the trades. By the way, at the end of this, guys, I will answer all your questions that I can get to in a 30-minute time frame, so sit tight on your questions. So my thing is with Nike. Okay, now, as far as the issue goes, Kaepernick. In my opinion, he's a good quarterback, not a great one. I believe he's a stellar backup. This is just a football opinion. When he was at his prime, he was as untouchable as they came. I remember watching him in his first Super Bowl, and he was electrifying, amazing. I mean, just a specimen. I became a fan of Colin Kaepernick immediately, and I still am. I am a Colin Kaepernick fan of him on the field. I think he is a good quarterback. I don't know if he has I'm not a coach. I don't know what coaches are looking for. I don't know, I don't know if he's worthy of a starting position in the NFL. I do see a lot of really shitty quarterbacks starting in the NFL now. For shit's sake, I live in Chicago. As far as the national anthem thing goes, I see it both ways. I understand why veterans and people who love America might see that as a slight, but as a libertarian, I believe that it's everyone's right to exercise their First Amendment. Also, as a libertarian, I believe it's the business owner's right to fire that person if it doesn't follow their company's guidelines. So by the NFL, by the coach of the San Francisco 49ers and the commissioner of the NFL allowing him to take a knee and exercise the First Amendment right, I believe that Colin Kaepernick was simply following within the lines of his employment guidelines. And if they didn't state specifically that he is not allowed to do this, and then if he did it again, if they were to suspend him and tell the players union, no, it's in his contract, we can do this, then that's the thing. So as far as the protest is concerned, I believe it's every American's right to not salute the flag. We're not in a communist. This is a republic that's built on the freedom of speech and the freedom of expression. However, we are also a nation that is a capitalist society. So what happens? If someone doesn't agree with you exercising your First Amendment right as an American to take a knee before the flag, they have a right to say, fuck you, I'm not watching your NFL games. Fuck you, I'm not wearing your shoes. Fuck you, you see what I'm saying? Americans have the, fuck you, I am going to, I'm gonna protest. So I'm up in the air. Whereas I understand why veterans and certain people get upset at this. I can understand. I've never given my life or sacrificed my life in battle, in war, to defend my country and my flag, which I believe is a symbol of the country. However, I'm also a proud American for one fact that one of the main reasons is the fact we have the freedom of expression, the freedom of speech, and that goes both ways. Republicans and Democrats, we all cry at each other. Republicans and Democrats cry at each other because suppression for your side. You know what I mean? Like, Republicans are all for freedom of speech when it's defending their right to be on Twitter, which is a public company. Yet, in this case, they're like, well, he has no right to do that. It goes both ways. If you're going to cry freedom of speech one way, you're gonna have to cry freedom of speech the other way. But I digress. You don't have to do anything in this country, right? You can be as biased as you want. So my opinion on Nike, and this is what we're here for, is the subject aside, I am as neutral as they come. I do not want a side. I do not care for a side, but I respect both sides. I respect both sides. I respect both of their arguments. I have empathy for both sides. However, I think Nike made a short-term mistake that no one will care about in 8 weeks. And let me explain. Nike stock has been going up pretty significantly this year. I believe it's yielded a 24% return since January, something like that. It's done really well. So Nike stock this morning was down 2 points. And I believe it's going to continue to drop. I believe you're going to see, for the people who are really against this, you're going to see a lot of returns. And what happens when someone returns a pair of Nikes or a shirt that says Nike on it or whatever, if they return it to the store is going to accept that return 99% of the time. Okay? That return gets sent back to Nike. It's part of their vendor agreement. Nike then has to recredit that store. So Nike's immediately going to see a negative reaction to their books. And that's going to be reported in the stock market. And that's going to also be reported in people like me who are saying they're going to drop. So what happens is people are going to sell off. So their stock's going to drop. Between 1 to 7 days, Jack Cookie Monster, you are exactly right. I was watching Kramer. I believe he's on MSNBC. He's one of the leading stock guys. And his advice this morning was to wait a day and then buy the stock. If this is like anything in the news cycle, this will be here for about 4 weeks. On one caveat, if Nike doubles down and runs this ad significantly throughout the season, it will not die down. However, remember, with every angry Republican or angry person who doesn't like, I'm not saying all Republicans are against Kaepernick. I'm saying a large proportion, judging by what the president said, who is a Republican. Let's say he pissed off a lot of Republicans, okay, a lot of conservatives. Me, I am a fiscal conservative, but I'm registered independent, right? So here's the deal. I don't give a shit. I like my Jordans. Like, I love my Jordan trainers. I've worn them for the last 3 months. They're still in perfect condition. I wear them to every trade show, every event. I do everything in them. I walk in them. I hike in them. I box in them. The best shoes I've ever owned. I don't care if Nike stood up and said, I hate all Polish Jew males. I'd still wear those shoes. I fucking love my Nikes. I love my Nike. I love my Jordan trainers. I have referred so many people to buy those shoes, and my brother's the one who told me to buy them. I love them so much. My next shoes are going to be the same shoe in a different color. That's how much I love them. Okay? So a lot of Republicans or conservatives or people who lean towards the right, like me, I mean, I'd say I'm a social liberal and a fiscal conservative, right? I'm not afraid to say that. I don't think that's a polarizing thing. I believe in the right, the First Amendment. I believe in, the government lowering taxes if they can. I'm good with that. I don't care if I don't think that's polarizing at all. I respect everybody. I hate everybody equally. I think everybody who follows a party line and toe, I think everybody needs to examine themselves and say, why are you, Chris English, I'm talking about my Nike trainers. They're the Jordan trainers. They're so fucking awesome. Again, if my wife comes down here, I'll ask her to bring them. But for every angry Republican, there's a very happy liberal and a very happy person who sides with that. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the country's pretty evenly divided on this topic. So Nike could have just enacted a base that's going to buy a ton of fucking shoes. So did Nike make a mistake in the short term? Yes, but also realize Nike's a multi-gazillion dollar company. I believe that's the exact rate they're worth, right? This ad didn't run as an accident. It's not like one dude in advertising is like, let's do Kaepernick. Hey, Katie, can you bring down an outright bar and one of my shoes? Just one of my shoes, the black Jordans. Love you. So here's the deal. Kaepernick, this ad was planned. Nike expected a slight drop in their stock, but Nike knows this is going to get a quick burst. It's going to get them out there as hot, as hip, as edgy. And then they're going to duck the fuck down and their stock's going to climb right back up. So this is less of an opinion piece on political because I am neutral as fuck on this issue. Yes, please. I am neutral on this issue. However, you want to pull up a chair? Katie's joining us. She has very political opinions. Katie doesn't give a shit. So here's the deal. Katie, I was talking to Katie about this.
I could hear everything that you were saying upstairs, so I know exactly.
People always yell at me for yelling. That was funny. So I think that Nike's going to bounce back. They'll be just fine. And if there's ever a time to buy Nike stock, it's now. Katie, you saw this. What was your initial reaction? Because I showed it to you, the whole Kaepernick thing, and.
My initial reaction was that I think they're doing it maybe to generate PR, but
Nike's been kind of stale. Under Armour and Adidas are kicking their ass in trends.
But it will definitely have tons of backlash.
Short term.
From veterans, but then people forget about it and be like, whatever, I'm just going to go buy my Nikes.
You know, and I know a lot of veterans. I talk to a lot of veterans daily. Derek Carver he he's an amputee. I met him with the Real Words for Real Heroes. I talk to him pretty often. I mean, probably 2 or 3 times a week. And I shouted him out for being an inspiration on my Instagram story. And he didn't text me. He said, thanks, bro. But not everybody has that mindset. Check out what Nike did. Like, he's fucking mad. And Derek's a liberal. That
was shocking when you told me that.
So my thing is, I think that it's going to be short term. But at the end of the day, a good product's a good product. For those of you asking what shoes I wear, these are the Nike Jordan trainers.
23? No, they all say 20. Oh,
yeah, these are
worn on the bottom.
These are so. I need to get new shoes. Yeah. They're so. But keep in mind, I've had these. I've had these for a long time, and they still look every day, and they still held up.
The bottom's a little worn.
Maybe I should take these back. Say it's because I politically disagree and get a new pair.
Go.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not that Jewish. So my thing is, guys, a good product always wins out. You know, here's the deal, movies. I hate hypocrites. I do. And I hate these earth-loving people in Hollywood who preach one thing and then take private jets, which burn more fuel than my fucking SUV will in one flight versus a lifetime. That's that. I hate it. But guess what? I'm going to still watch the fucking Titanic. I don't give a shit if Leo DiCaprio's a douchebag. I like good product. Thing is, Nike's a good product, and good quality product will always win out.
Are you on the Tiger Fitness channel?
Yeah, Tiger Fitness. That's me.
Why isn't? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm not calling. That's Kaepernick. My hair's not good. Yeah. Guys, keep in mind, I'm trying to get Colin Kaepernick's hair. The fuck are you doing?
I was gonna start reading
hopefully,
comments.
The one thing no one is really addressing, Katie, and this really upsets me, is how the fuck did Colin Kaepernick have a fucking shaved head in week 1 and then have a full afro in week 5? How the fuck did he grow hair that fast? The guy went from having a shaved head to a fucking afro in like 5 weeks. I've been growing this bitch out for like 7 weeks, and this is high as I can get it. Oh, that black people hair genetics. They grow hair fast? I didn't know that.
I don't know.
Is that truth? Any black guys would like to chime in on that one? We'd like to keep this an equal commenting section. Anyway, guys, I think I've said enough. I would like to add the Outright Bar. You're going to see commercials on this channel.
Some epic commercials.
The Outright Bar launches next week. It will be sampled at the Olympia. Our hair grows fast. And this will completely change the industry.
Honey, that's why it's called a fro.
So so what I'm getting from the comments is that this is the label for the oatmeal raisin. Who knows what the fuck we put in here? We literally tape these together.
Yeah, that's like a movie prop.
Yeah. So what I get from this is black people from the comment section, from actual black people commenting, that black people's muscles and hair grows faster. I really, really want to see my 23andMe, because if I have any bit of black genetics.
I do.
You do? Oh yeah, you do? No, that's Middle Eastern. That doesn't count. You're like Egyptian or something. Sicilian. Are both flavors 170 calories? I don't know where you got 170, because it's 280.
Yeah.
What?
Where'd that come from?
Anyway, guys, let's rock it. Let's get some holy shit. And do you think you could get some?
I took my Jordans back today for store credit because I told him Nike hates white people.
Nice. Do you want to read comments on yours?
That's why I opened it, but I didn't know. I just kind of.
All right, let's go.
I guess I should scroll up then because I was already reading through some. All right. Might need like reading glasses soon.
Man, you're getting old as shit.
Yeah, this is
Old lady Lobliner over there.
Um,
We got 15 minutes for Q&A.
why did they choose a real hero from the NFL like Pat Tillman? He sacrificed everything for his belief. Colin hasn't sacrificed shit.
I said this on my Instagram story. For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, it's at Marc Lobliner, and I literally answer Q&As for about 3 hours a day on there. So I always post the open questions. Please follow me and look at my story. I don't think Colin Kaepernick's the dude. I really don't. I understand the issue, and I know that it's beyond Kaepernick, but I don't think he should be the spokesperson. He literally was raised in a rich white family.
He was?
Dude, he was a silver spoon. He was rich before he was rich.
He's adopted? Or is he half white?
He's adopted.
Okay.
But he also, I don't know his heritage, but he looks to be half white.
Yeah.
I think he's half white, but that's irrelevant. I just don't think he's the dude because he hasn't. I lived more of a struggle than he did growing up where I grew up. Like, I would trade my childhood for Kaepernick's childhood any day of the week. Any day of the week. But, I'm also really jealous of how fast he grows afros.
When he was in his prime and had the starting position, where was his protest then? Only until he lost the starting position did he begin to protest.
That's a valid point. But here's the thing. I think we're looking too far into the person and not the issue. The issue is police brutality on people of color. Is that the correct term to say? And when I was a kid, and I've said this before, I used to do stupid shit. And guess what? It didn't matter if I was with Mexican guys or black guys. The cops would pull us over and hassle us. And they slapped my face to the car as many times they slapped my Mexican or black friends. They didn't give me any special treatment being white. We were simply doing bad shit. However, I have never, ever lived life. You cannot say, I know how you feel because you've never been put yourself in my shoes. I can't. I grew up as a white guy in a black community. So I can't put myself in Kaepernick's shoes being a black guy in a white community. I can't do that. Or a black guy in South Side of Chicago because I wasn't there. So I think we're looking beyond. The question is police brutality for people of color or minorities? You can't really say minorities because we're evening out, and which is a great thing. Is that an endemic, systemic problem? And how do we fix it? We need to figure out how to fix it if there is a problem. Josh Needs, I feel like I'm watching an MLK speech. Look, here's the deal. I tell jokes. Like, I tell racist jokes. I'm not going to lie. I do. But I fucking love... I remember arguing with... I was on a ride-along with one of my distributors reps in North Carolina. And I remember literally getting heated because I am the biggest fan of interracial. Anything. I think it makes for better people. Like, look at dogs. You purebred them shits, they're dumb and inbred. Then you end up with a big fucking West Virginia population. You mix a breed, you get a golden doodle. If you look, we have fucking Tiger Woods. That's it. It's like, why should we have interracial relationships? Tiger Woods. Fucking mic drop. Tiger fucking Woods. Go ahead. Tiger Woods.
How does Velocitol and Soli work?
Velocitol helps to double the power of protein synthesis, the way the enzymes work on your body, and it's obviously a highly specialized chromium extract.
Willing to bet 90% of the people more complaining about him kneeling are still sitting, drinking beer and stuffing their face during the national anthem on Sundays during the season. I'm
one of those practice what you preach guys. Like I said earlier, if you're going to get up and you're going to say, the earth, save the earth, save the earth. If you take a private jet, you need to be fucking cock-whipped. I just think practice what you preach, do as you say. I'm not going to tell somebody to do something and not do it myself. I'm not going to live by the sword and not die by the sword.
I used to be a Jehovah's Witness and always sat in school during the anthem.
Well, Jehovah's Witnesses do a lot of things. Y'all don't even celebrate birthdays. That's just, that Jesus doesn't approve of that.
If Nike still sells Jordans, they'll be fine.
I don't think, look, Nike's not going anywhere, but I'm saying this is the lowest the stock's going to get. Buy that bitch. Buy it. That's a Jewish fucking recommendation.
Cap takes a knee and gets called a hero. LOL. Yeah,
honestly, though, like, think about it. At first, I kind of reacted negatively. I'm not going to lie. Like, who the fuck is that guy, right? That was yeah, thank you. I brought in some Conor McGregor. Honestly, as I looked into it, dude, here's the thing. Even if it did bring him in the limelight, like, dude's getting death threats. You can't deny it was at least a little bit brave, right, Katie? Like, that's a little bit brave. Like, that's kneeling in front of the flag. Like, that's a little, now his answers to why he's kneeling are fucking borderline retarded. But, like, that was brave as fuck. I'm just gonna be real.
Yeah. BCAs or EAs intra-workout why?
Oh, BCA. We actually have an article on Tiger Fitness coming out. They'll completely trash the EAA stance. And realize the EAA products are 80% BCAA. So the people formulating this and doing the ads are functionally retarded. It's a primeval thing to do. See what I did there?
Well, I absolutely hate this move by Nike. I still have their product and will continue to use them. The problem is people have a problem splitting a brand or person and product in their minds.
Yeah, I'm buying the product, man. I'm not buying anything.
Stock currently down 2.6%.
Yeah, that's where it was this morning. I believe it opened at 2.2, and I believe it's gradually going down. I think it'll Chad talked to his brother.
Yeah.
And his brother's a stock guy.
Yeah.
And he thinks it'll probably within 1 to 2 days hit the bottom.
Don't share a secret.
It's no secret. You can fucking read it on fucking MSNBC. I mean, or fucking not at CNBC, the business one, not the liberal one.
If maintenance is 1600 and I do a 40 carb, 30 fat, 30 protein, how quickly and how much should I increase calories and macros for gains? Super excited for new bars.
If you go to massdiet.com, I explained that, but honestly, I would increase it by around 40 grams at a time, 40 grams of carbs at a time, which is about 150, 160 calories. And as you want to aim to gain 1 to 2 pounds a month. Geez, the racism in here. You know what, YouTube, Katie? What do we say about YouTube, babe?
It's like, I mean, I shouldn't say that.
Say it, because a lot of these
like
people who are on here,
YouTube
comments, and this is not everybody here. They are the scum of the earth. I live on the Marc Lobliner channel. That's YouTube.com. I post every day a motivation. I do it on my YouTube as well. It's called the Outright Minute. Coincidentally, the same name as the Outright Bar. That's a fucking marketing degree right there. So check it out. The Outright Minute. And on Instagram, all everybody says is, oh, that's good, that's good, that's good. On YouTube, it's like, fuck this Jew. Oh, man.
Think about it. If you ever pass a homeless veteran on the street, you can't complain about Cap kneeling.
Here's the thing, though. How do I know that person's a vet? I mean, seriously. And also, if he has an addiction problem, it's far beyond anything I can fix. Bottom line is, and I say this as someone who has talked to veterans about this, there are many benefits there's not enough for what they do. But when you come out of the Marines or the Army or the Navy, they set you up to have slight advantage. For example, you get better home loans. For example, you get VA care. As much as it sucks, you get VA care. And also there's just a lot of shit that helps them. The problem is it's war and it fucks you up mentally and you can't fix that. And all we have is a broken VA system. So I don't know if I've passed a veteran on the street because if someone is homeless, they're holding up a sign like I'm a homeless vet. Do I ask them for their old fucking dog tag? Like, how do I verify? So my answer is I don't.
Is there no national registry? It's public record? I don't know.
I will tell you this. In 1 year, Katie and I helped donate $70,000 to Semper Fi Fund. So I have every right to comment on this because I put my money where my mouth is.
The bar better be good, man. I'm going to tell you straight up if it's trash when I sample it at the Olympia.
Yeah, I guarantee you this. You will not only say it's the best bar you will have ever eaten, you will get on my knees and beg to suck my wiener because you are so shocked at the outright deliciousness.
You could eat 3 of them and I promise you won't shit yourself.
I thought mine was a bit more impactful. Katie's just not good at this stuff.
Can't wait to get my green apple Clash, Vasky, and Soli, and my free tea soon. Hasn't been shipped yet.
Nice.
Yeah, we got a lot of orders, Nat. So everybody's working hard today.
Hey, the last comment, can I read this? This is from Kaz Has Band-Aids. I'm a vet. There's no fucking excuse to be homeless after you get out. There are so many charities and organizations that assist in the transition to civilian life. That's what and here's the thing, like, as someone who's worked with the Semper Fi Fund,
Yeah.
you guys as vets are so fortunate to have people like Vanessa and the people behind the Semper Fi Fund who literally have no skin in the game and probably get paid shit because it's a nonprofit. And this woman literally, when we did our first event and raised over $60,000 for it, she fucking made it happen on the 4th of July.
Yeah, because they get like 5 days off, and she called us from home on her day off.
I mean, I have nothing but great things to say about the organizations that we have worked with. Wounded Warrior, fuck y'all, man. They're paying their CEO $550,000. Every veteran should go fucking pee on them.
What are you drinking? We're drinking Pachamama coffee.
Pachamama and Ritual. Oh man, it's so good.
Whipped cream on top. Purpose of grapeseed.
Grapeseed, is that the fat? Grapeseed oil, right? Omega-6, which I don't think you should supplement with.
I got a prescription from Palm Beach 2 weeks ago. Still hasn't arrived to this normal. No. Call them.
What happened?
If they're talking about
Tiger Fitness?
No, I got a prescription from Palm Beach.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes it takes a week to fill it. But that's not
2 weeks. If it's been a full 2 weeks, I would call.
That could be a FedEx issue.
Or it got stolen from your porch or something. Half white and adopted.
That's what he is. Okay, I was correct. Thank you.
It's the best gym exercise for boxing other than cardio.
Boxing. Honestly, there's fuck man, I think anything that involves some kind of a hip twist, like a if you were to do an explosive rotary movement. But fuck man, like my shoulders, since I've been training bodybuilding and I boxed today, they fucking hurt. And I was hangry afterwards.
I think it's a good move marketing-wise. Pandering to the black audience, NFL sports-wise, is not the best move because it's a distraction from the game.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know. I remember when Lauryn Hill said she would have never made... She's not playing with herself.
Yeah,
there's a dog there.
See, there's a dog.
I was like, wow, you're doing that on camera?
Absolutely.
But...
Hi, puppy.
You know, the thing is that... I don't even remember what I was talking about.
Because you thought I was playing with myself?
Yeah, I was having like a fucking flashback to last night. You know what I'm saying?
What does being rich have to do with what he stands for?
Well, being rich has to do with your experience and your struggle.
Yeah.
You can't have someone talking about a struggle if they've never experienced it. That's like me talking about my youth as a black man. I grew up in a black community. But like Colin Kaepernick can't speak for those kids who are getting shot at every day on the South Side, or who was sitting in his fucking $6 million house or whatever it was, fucking eating caviar. That's bullshit. That's like me trying to speak about the fucking Latino experience to Eric at fucking Pro Boxing Fitness. Hey Eric, let me tell you what it's like to be a Mexican. It's just you don't have that experience. You just can't. You can't speak on it if you've never really lived the struggle.
He started to protest when he started to become a bum at football.
Look, timing-wise, it is correct.
What do that have to do with him taking a knee for police brutality?
Well, I mean, first we have to find statistics that back up him taking a knee. From the statistics I've seen, police beat the shit out of a lot of different people, and also there are bad police officers, and there are great. Look, here's the deal. Let me go back. I didn't finish this thought. When I was a kid, I used to get my ass kicked by cops because I fucking deserved it. Because I did dirt, I used to fucking steal shit, I used to get into fights, and I used to run the streets. And I was the only white guy in a group of people of color is the proper term, maybe. I don't know what the proper term is anymore. Now that I don't break the law, cops don't fuck with me. I didn't tell you this, but I got pulled over on the way to...
You didn't tell me this?
On the way to Ohio. I forgot. I told them in the store. I thought I told you. So here's what happened. So the cop pulled me over.
How long ago did you go to Ohio?
This is when I went to Bullfrog.
Oh.
He pulled me over and he said, and I was just like, dude. And I said, you know, yes, sir. He's like, you know, I pulled you over. I said, I can guess, but I'm not sure. We went through the checkpoint, you know, the toll. And I went to pass a guy because we started from 0 and the Jeep goes faster than the minivan. So I went from 0 to literally 69. I noticed I was getting close to the guy. And so I went to pass, but then I realized I don't want to go over 69, and he was in an unmarked car, didn't even know he was there. And so I slowed down, and I got back over, and I said, look, I didn't even know you were there. I just did it because I didn't want to speed, so I wouldn't get pulled over down there. He's like, cool. He's like, just come in my car. That's where I do my business, and we'll and you know we'll you're not gonna get a ticket. I'm just gonna run your stuff. Cool. So I sold him a tub of MTS Whey. He bought it from Tiger Fitness. But anyway, it was a great stop. But anyway, here's the deal. Another time, when they had the huge heroin epidemic going on in Ohio, I got pulled over on the way to Loveland in Indiana. And the state trooper came to my car with his hand on his hip and came in and said, sir, I need to see. He was just on edge. I'm like, sir, at that time I was carrying my gun. I had my concealed carry. I said, sir, just for your knowledge, I have a concealed carry permit. It's in my armrest right there. I travel with it. I usually take it out of the car. It's in the locked glove compartment. I'm like, okay. So I went over that. And after I explained that I'm not going to hurt him, and then afterwards he apologized. I told you this one. He said, sir, I'm sorry. We're on edge because a couple of my buddies have had issues of this heroin thing. You got to realize, guys, cops literally get fucking, like, they put their lives on the line every day. To expect them to have a good day every day and not overreact at any time, that's a lot to ask. That's a lot to ask. So...
You're under the illusion that you have to be poor to be an activist. That's a good point.
That is a fucking great point. However, if you're rich and you're an activist, live by the sword. Don't fly a private jet when you're complaining about the environment.
Police brutality happens on white guys. They just don't put it out there.
It's very true. I don't consider what happened to me brutality. I think that was just a cop fucking knocking me into place because I was an asshole and I was disrespectful.
He's a supposed socialist, yet takes the big bag of money off Nike sweatshops.
Very fucking true. Very true. I think Nike really has no place to stand on moral grounds, being that their shoes are made in less than desirable conditions.
Mm-hmm. You're looking way too far into it. I played football and never stood for the anthem for religious reasons.
No, I'm not looking far into anything. I believe in the First Amendment, but I also believe that it's your employer's right to tell you you're fucking fired if the company policy is to stand. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck what your religion is. Me personally, if I had I would never if I had my company have the Pledge of Allegiance before work every day, it'd be optional. But I don't. I don't think it's anybody's right to force somebody to salute something. That's just me. But I understand. I completely fucking empathize and understand.
Not saying it's bad, just saying I like how you're preaching your honest opinion.
It's honest, but it's very pussy. My opinion is the most neutral, pussy-like opinion. You want, like Joe Donnelly on Instagram, I don't know if you've seen his shit. That's a man who stands by his fucking convictions. Like, and it's over the top, and even sometimes I'll read it and I'm like, have to double take, and I have to separate the fact that personally we get along great, but sometimes it's a bit over the top for even me. And, you know.
Here we go. I think it's sad that if we keep mixing blonde hair and beautiful blue and green eyes will die out. I disagree. I think there's plenty of white people that stick to white people.
I don't see. Here's the thing, though. Like, here's the thing. Like, and we got another 2 minutes, and then I gotta go. I'm gonna do that Instagram with that bullfrog. Here's the deal. Let me tell you something. There's beautiful people, and beauty is skin deep. You know, Katie's mixed. She's French and Italian. That's mixed. A lot of people consider that mixed. In fact, if you were a straight Hitler anti-race mixer, unless it's Protestant German and Protestant German, you're fucked. My family, people don't consider Jews. People do not consider Jews to be white, Caucasian, of the Caucasus. Dude, I got blue eyes, blonde hair. I'm fucking beautiful. But here's the deal. I'm not white, considering. So what's not the same is the fact that the beauty comes when you combine shit, man. Like, has anybody ever seen Halle Berry? What the fuck's wrong with you guys? Halle Berry. That's all I gotta say. That's right up there with Tiger Woods. That's a mic drop moment. Hold on. Now I have, it's already broken. It's a mic drop.
And on your balls, you hurt yourself.
Hi, Katie. How are you doing?
There's already been enough comments about BBC, so please.
French and Italian means you're white. According to whom?
I'm pretty sure this is a racist thing. What is this? What?
Is Katie a mud shark?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Does anybody have a definition for mud shark? I'd like to end it on that.
If Katie, are you a mud shark? If so, you should be ashamed. I don't know what that means.
What is a mud shark?
Yeah.
Can anybody Google that for us?
I can't click off this or else I'll lose my...
Yeah. Okay, Katie has to stay on. What is a mud shark?
Can't wait for the new bars. Love the outright minute.
Outright!
I don't, Mark, should be discussing this topic.
Why?
Should be, to be honest.
I'm discussing it. Mark, you look like a honky. Why can't I discuss it? I'm not saying anything polarizing. I'm not taking a side.
Is it because he's white?
Yeah. A mud shark is a white girl who, due to this peculiar in her psyche, only dates black men.
Oh. Can't say I am.
She likes my BBC. That actually, Katie, that's actually one of the best compliments I've ever received.
As you're holding your microphone.
You know what? Honestly, like, if I didn't like meet Katie, there's no like, yeah, okay. I never judged a girl or whatever by it's always, I find, and I think everybody's like this, like, I've never been like, yeah, I can't find that person attractive because they're black or they're Latina or they're whatever. And, honestly, like, let's be fucking real. It's just pigment. It makes no fucking difference. The reason we have different colors is because of our ancestry. And if they grew up in a really fucking hot place or a really fucking cool place, that's really it. So, I can't empathize with that fucking absurd thought process. When will the bars be out? Tuesday. What?
I'll eat your bars, but no pole sliding. LOL. Pachamama coffee in Canada via international shipping.
Yeah, we can ship that.
Yeah, it's
Let's
not
be
like
real.
illegal to ship coffee.
Let's be real. Latina girls are killing it. See, the only thing that frightens me is I've been friends with a lot of Latina girls, and we've been family friends with them, and they're all fucking crazy.
Will you ever box Mike Rashid? No, we'll just be business partners with him and make money with him. Don't roll, you'll hurt the dog.
Have you seen Mike box?
Only if I increase his life insurance to like 30.
Oh my God. Here's what I bought. I'd box Mike Rashid. We'd raise like $8 million to fight. And then I'd have him the first time he throws a punch, I'd fake it and I'd fall. You skip me, yo. I've been watching you forever. Katie, why you gotta be a bitch like that?
Because there's so much and...
You're a hater.
Yeah.
Katie, did you get used to Marc's loudness?
No. Especially in the car. And the Instagram story where he's blah, 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 blah all the time. And I'm in the middle of like saying something and he starts talking to everyone on Instagram story and recording me.
She's the screamer. She's the screamer.
Mark,
aren't
if
you?
You have to replace a lost package, can you write it off as an expense?
Well, we usually have the insurance on it.
I think that's trying to beat the system there.
You better be making her scream. I'm okay. I always like, I don't refrain from any oral or anything. I'm good with oral. Wouldn't you say so, Katie?
You ever heard of Moses? He was rich. LOL.
Now we got the oral thing down, don't we? I'm good at that. That's like my thing. That's my move.
I know vets that are making $2,000 and $3,000 grand a month and more for the rest of their lives.
Guess what, guys? I gotta go. I got another thing to do. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram at Marc Lobliner, and that's not a game.